Welcome back. After a quick bite to eat, we are refreshed. We have some new home brews to show off to you guys. Right now we're going to be looking at Black Knight. Once I switch the camera over, welcome in once again, everybody. No Greek gods? Not yet. I don't know when that's going to show up. May show up at some point. All right, let's get it going. We are here at Pinball Expo 2025, PinDevCon, the homebrew section. My name is Manu, and now, we have got another pin here, Black Knight by Rolando. I'll just say Rolando, that's it.
Rolando's fine.
Where are you from?
I am originally from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I have been living in Canada for the last 21 years.
Why? No, I'm just kidding.
Why I am in Winnipeg, even in Winnipeg, which is very cold.
You actually went to the cold. All right.
Talk a lot of jokes about Winnipeg.
Did they?
Yeah, the Simpsons, they even have they're driving into Winnipeg, and all of a sudden they have a sign that says, "We were born here, what's your excuse?"
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Tell us a little about your game and why is this a unique Black Knight?
So the reason that the game is here is not because of the game itself. The game is really a tribute to Steve Ritchie and Larry DeMar, that were my idols when I was growing up. I did play a lot of their games, particularly the Black Knight. I really love the Black Knight. I spent days and days in the arcade playing this
Yeah.
game. So the reason that this game is here is because I developed a whole electronic system that helps homebrewer control their machines in a way that is super simple and super economical. So when I started with the idea of making a game, I looked at all the options and I saw that many of these systems that were commercially available, they kind of rely on a computer that connects to a USB port and it connects to a bunch of electronics. And I was looking at that, and I'm an electronics engineer myself. And I was thinking, why they go to all that? A Raspberry Pi has 4 processors. And then I started to look into the information that I see, and turns out that everybody's using MPF, Mission Pinball Framework,
Sure, yeah.
or something else. And the Raspberry Pi can only do 1 processor at a time running Python, which MPF is written on Python. And so I thought, well, there's 75% of the Raspberry Pi power that is not being used. They're only used 25%. What if you tap into the remaining 75% power? And that's how I came up with a system that multiplies the ports that you have, the GPIOs of the Raspberry Pi that you have available are only 23. So then I came up with what I call I call it the port multiplier. I mean, 23 GPIO ports are not enough for running a pinball machine. Just think about the solenoids. You have 16 solenoids. Right off the bat, you have 16 outputs. Yeah. And the inputs of the system, you have at least, I don't know, like 42, 45 switches. Yeah. So then you need a means to multiply it. And I sort of designed a board that I thought it actually, it simplifies a lot everything, because you only have one system and you have a bunch of virtual ports. When you do the program, the electronics does that for you. You don't see that. You see a vector that you see ones and zeros there, and those are your virtual ports. Mm-hmm. This machine has 6 8-bit virtual ports. And also in the electronics, you have every port, I call them ports, right? Okay. You have a connector that has 10 pins. One is for ground, the other is for power. And then you have 8 bits. And that's I call them the bus, the port bus. And then the wiring is very simple, because with that ribbon cable that you connect to the port, you visit device, device, device in a daisy chain manner. And then on each one of the devices, you select in which bit of the bus of the port you're going to drop your signal, right? So there, for instance, if you look at the pop bumper, it has only 1 bit that tells. Yeah, the pop bumper has only 1 bit that tells when the skirt is actuated.
Right.
Right? On the drop targets, you have 3 bits that tells you when each drop target is activated. And the same thing in the lock of the 3 bolts of the Black Knight. It's another device. So, and then because I take pleasure on making things on my own, I design everything that you see here. I design not only the electronics, I design the playfield, I design even the lenses of the machine are made with pour epoxy, cast epoxy, and the posts are made with cast epoxy. I made silicone rubbers for all of that. Yeah. And,
so are you saying this?
And the
drop targets too, is that your own design?
Yes, they are 3D printed actually. And everything also is optical in the system. There is nothing is lift switches, because I don't like lift switches.
Really?
So these rollovers, they trigger
They trigger an optical system that detects when the little plastic comes down. It interrupts a beam of light, and that has also a little electronic circuit, which is very easy to make. It's called monostable, and it gives you a very nice, perfect pulse, opposite to when you make a contact between 2 metal thingies on a lift switch, right? That makes a lot of bouncing. It's called, and you have to debounce, right? So there's software that goes into that, so I make it much more simple.
So this looks like a standard playfield with. Are these the original graphics?
Well, the graphics are original. I didn't want to change anything, because my tribute to Stevie and to Larry and to the guy that designed the artwork, I don't remember the name, but I think I wanted to keep it the original design, but show what you can do with the electronics that I designed. It's only really 2 boards.
And this is a Raspberry Pi driven?
There's a Raspberry Pi.
A Pi what?
A Raspberry Pi 3, right? The Raspberry Pi, the Raspberry Pi 3.
Old school Raspberry Pi for an old school pinball machine.
Yes, exactly. The Raspberry Pi 3 connects to a port multiplier board Like I was mentioning, the port multiplier board has 6 input ports and 2 output ports. The output ports connect directly to a couple of boards that I call the twins because they're tiny and they look each other. And they are cute. So and then those 8-bit solenoid boards, they control the 16 solenoids in the machine, right? So and also the Raspberry Pi has a beautiful 32-inch screen output. The screen.
Oh, that's right. The screen is the out. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's not a translite?
no, that's not a translite.
It's also not what the VPXers would call a direct beat 2S because this is not running on Windows.
It's running on, I think it's Raspbian.
Yes.
From Raspberry Pi, and it does a pretty good job. Like I'm using the full potential of the Raspberry Pi. I'm using the 4 processors of the Raspberry Pi, so you don't need additional hardware other than the port multipliers, right? So in other systems you will see that they are interconnected with a lot of Ethernet cables, and they have all these communication protocols, and the boards talk to each other, and they try to overcome all the electromagnetic interference that you have in a playfield by using the Ethernet, which is a very good system for
RJ45.
yes, the RJ45, but also the RJ45 has 8 wires, and each pair is twisted pairs, and they have the differential signal, and that is kind of the technology that is immune to noise, right? That's why they use that. But having said that the noise, electromagnetic noise, is going to affect very fast-moving signals. For very slow-moving signals, it doesn't really affect that much. And what you have here, because of the port multiplication, the ports are ones and zero that change over time at the speed of what a human can see, right? So you drop a target bump, the 1 drops to 0. I mean, you hit the bumper, like you have 300 milliseconds that the thing is down and goes up. So it's really not affected by the noise. So you don't need really something really expensive than that. So I have some of the boards. Unfortunately, I have my boards, the sample boards that I left them on my stand, but I can show you later if you want. It is really a 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter, which is in American would be 4 inches by 4 inches.
I hate Imperial metric. I love metric system.
So that is the size of the port multiplier. Only 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter, 4 inches by 4 inches. That hook up to the Raspberry Pi. The twins are only, I think, 6 centimeters by 4 centimeters. It only has the FET transistors that drive the solenoids. And also, I developed a power board, which is a power filter that is controlled also by a microprocessor that is all the time reading the current. So every time that it sees something weird, like a transistor has shorted, it stops everything, it opens the 48-volt rail, it displays a message on the screen, and it tells you, one of the transistors, and you can run a routine, a very smart routine that closes and opens all the transistors one at a time to check the current changes, and it can detect which of the transistor has broken. And
So that's actually more than the spike system can do, because the spike system can tell if the power gets wacky and shut the whole board down, but you have it down to the
I don't know.
to the FET.
I don't know what the spike does.
Yeah,
it sounds to me that they should be able to. At some point in time, I think I look at their schematics, and I think that they use a current sensor.
Yeah.
What I use is a current sensor that checks all the current of all the machine. It doesn't look at the individual current of each solenoid. And the reason is just economics. I got away with it because I can just use the whole current that the machine is consuming, and I can tell when there's something went wrong using my programming and algorithms, and that's what I'm saying. I use a lot of software and a lot of hardware to make things simpler.
So let me ask you, what is there a limit to what you've developed in terms of like comparable games? Like, so Black Knight, admittedly, is a little more
It's dated.
a little more dated, yeah. But will your stuff be able to run, say, like the current like Jersey Jack stuff? Like, will it have-
Jersey Jack has some very, very wild stuff.
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff under there.
So I don't know what the kind of power that you need to do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd say to use my system is only compatible with the Raspberry Pi, right?
Yep.
So because it multiplies the ports of the Raspberry Pi, period.
Right.
So if you use a Raspberry Pi 5,
Sure, there you go.
which is
Yeah, yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
You have two screens of 4K each.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So and you can do a lot of things with that.
So you can scale up your
You can-
stack.
You can definitely scale it up
Yeah.
as long as the Raspberry Pi scales up. Now, if you get to the point that the multiplication of the ports is not enough, I mean, you can multiply them much more times as long as your signals become slower and slower.
Yeah, yeah,
all right, because of the sampling rate. Right now, without any degradation to what you see here, you could have 64 input bits and 64 output bits. So that means 64 inputs for signals that come from the playfield and 64 solenoids that you can control.
That's a lot.
So who the hell needs 64 solenoids?
Yeah, that's
So and then again, it goes again to the concept of the output port. You have a port that serves to you, that puts 8 bits on a right, and you connect to that port, and you can use the twins, right, or you can use a twin and a half. You can use 3 of the 8-bit solenoid boards, and then you can control 24 solenoids, right? Or you can control 32 solenoids. That depends how many output ports you use. But also, you can use the output port to control some other things. You can control stepper motors.
yeah. You can control topper stuff. You can control
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
you
yeah.
want, you can control.
Is this available for people to use? How did people get in touch with you to talk
Well,
to
I mean,
about,
you can-
or is that in your plans at all?
No, it's in the plan. There's already something in motion.
Okay.
You can send me an email if you want to know more about the system right now.
What is your email address?
It's my name and my last name. It's Rolando Martin at gmail.com.
Okay.
My name, Rolando Martin at gmail.com. I hope that went clear. And all right. And yeah, they can send me an email. I can tell you everything about the system. I cannot say much more, but some major distributor has contacted me about the system. There may be plans, because it's not only the system, it's the whole ecosystem. It's the target board, it's the targets, it's the bumpers, it's the slingshots. Everything has been made to fit this system.
Well, this is really exciting. Rolando has a system here for homebrewers who maybe feel a little more intimidated about getting an entire, Mission Pinball framework and fast boards or P-Rock or whatever. It looks like the system here is capable of running many ideas and pinball layouts and stuff like that. Like Rolando here said, who's going to need 64 solenoids? Who's going to need 64 solenoids? If you need 65 solenoids, you're doing it wrong. Okay. But anyway,
You may need more than 64 inputs.
yeah, inputs, yes, but
But
no.
if they are slow inputs, like drop targets are very slow inputs, you can keep multiplying the ports, right? I mean, if somebody comes with a crazy idea, we can study it, and then we can develop whatever they need.
It's going to be really exciting to see what you
okay.
continue with, Rolando. Thank you so much. You guys saw it right here. This is Black Knight running completely on Rolando's system, nothing else.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, man.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
All right.
And I hope a lot of success with this, with your endeavors.
Get in touch with this guy if you need to. Thanks, guys. We're going to be right back with some more stuff. Rolando built an entire system on his own in a Raspberry Pi. Let's freaking go. right, we're looking for. We have a list, you guys. Holy smokes. We have a list of beautiful people to talk to about their games. I think we're going to pull in Aaron from Fast Pinball to do a couple of these. Grandpa Manu is going to take a nap. But I'll still be here. But this is going so well. The process is we interview a person, and then we dolly their machine back to their area. Yeah, Rolando is pretty freaking amazing with the build. We wish we could. We wish we had the time to. You know, next year it'll be even more organized. But this year we're basically really just want to showcase the people, bring in their game, play it, talk to them, flip it for a little bit, and move on to the next one. But I appreciate the constructive criticism in the chat. This is terrific, though. This is absolutely wonderful. So, all right, we got another game in. We're gonna get ready to show you guys that one.
Are we online? We are on the internet. We are connected. Ed Owens, we are standing right now over Ghost in the Shell. We've talked about this game for years. It's been around. I think that I just did a presentation, and you were in the veteran homebrew category. You've been around doing homebrew stuff since the beginning of all this stuff, and I'd love to hear like what you think about homebrew as it is now.
Well, starting off with you saying been around forever, but I really don't feel like I wasn't the first crew. I was the first group to really take advantage of what the foundation everybody has built.
Okay.
Because I know you've been in the homebrew for years building that foundation. And so when I got started, I wanted to do it for years, but there was things that were missing. There wasn't an easy hardware platform. There wasn't a software platform. There wasn't the support network. And when I got started, I realized that there was people doing things like the original Doom game, Scott Denise's work, amongst Wolfmarsh and a lot of other guys who have built a foundation, and then all of a sudden, like, there's 2 to 3 hardware programs or
Platforms.
platform. That's the word. Yeah, words, English. We love it.
We're only on what is it? Friday. We're only on Friday, and it already
man.
feels like we've been here for like a week. So
a week and a half.
I'm right there with you as far as like trying to find words, you know.
And then software. There's 2 at the time 2 major software platforms to go with, and so really it was the timing was right, and someone from the homebrew community just said, you're going to build this game. You said you wanted to, you're going to build it. You did a custom. My custom game was Greyhounds A Race Home, which is a re-theme of big games into Greyhounds pet adoption, which is another thing that I volunteer a lot of extra time on and meeting with people because I have my own Greyhounds, and I feel pretty confident on that. So really the foundation was there, but I feel like I was maybe the beginning of the big push.
I think that like eventually people are like turned on to the idea of like making and creating things.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of this homebrew stuff lined up perfectly with the maker movement. So now we're seeing there's facilities with the tools that we don't have that would let us make the pinball that we know, you know? So not only is it like what would I make, how would I go make a pinball machine, but now you're like, I want to figure out how to use that tool, and I could actually bring pinball to life in a way that looks more like what we know pinball to be.
And think about the timing, and I don't know when it became, things were invented, but when did things become mass availability?
Yeah, right.
And I got into this, I know the years because it's when Midwest Gaming Classic moved facilities.
Okay.
I started in their old facility, and their first new place is when I launched this game. 2017, 2018. That's my home show. I've been going to that since 2008, and that's really where I know this game. Think of 3D printing. 3D printing was very expensive, very poor, and
it was something we fantasized about as kids. Like if I could just make that thing, it was like out of sci-fi, and then we had it.
It became available at that time, and I met somebody in the community that was very big in 3D printing. I say, I want this, and he's like, well, your machine can't do that. I'll print it and mail it to you. Or like on the back box, you see those globes, and those are from like Elvira, Party Monsters. And I wanted to use the P3 light that goes through a little tunnel that fits in there. So I needed a clear little tube with a ledge here, a ledge there, and I just drill a 5/8 hole, and I send the measurements to Joe. And
it's Joe Zenkis, right?
Joe Zenkis.
That guy moved like 10 minutes from my house. Like Joe Zenkis is awesome.
He's been my one of my like aces in the hole that got me here. And I sent him like a pencil drawing with measurements, and he sent me an ST. I didn't know he was awake. He sent me an STL like 2 minutes later, and then I put that on my printer and printed it in clear. And I said, hey, so within 10 minutes of me coming up with the idea, I had the physical part, and I said, hey, can you just tweak this one thing? Sure. And I printed 3 of them. And
I hate to be a bother, but like it's just a little too wide. Can you fix it for me? You know?
Oh yeah, no problem. Here's 4 options. Like we originally had where the wire form comes down, there was a little black wall because I wanted to dump it. I wanted that just to dump off, but then I realized the ball hitting the wood was going to destroy it, so then I dumped it into the ramp. And much like somebody else in your talk was saying, I didn't want to. Oh, Tony Hawk. I didn't want to just wire form to the flippers. I didn't want to do that either, but I needed it. But we had a little wall. Here's 3 different textures of the wall. Like, all right, so I used it for a while, and I realized I did the wire form.
Well, you know what's really cool is like a lot of times, like somebody, like I know personally, I love to jump into somebody else's problem real quick, help out, and then get out of the way. Because we all have our own projects and stuff, but sometimes you need a break. And I do think it's fun when you present a very clear need, and that somebody else's brain can run around and go, dude, let me make that for you. And that's a very cool way to collaborate,
Yeah, and that's where I did 90% of the work on this. I'm not going to say 99% because I stand it on the shoulders of other people.
We all stand on the shoulders of giants here.
Exactly.
The Homebrew is built on like the people that popped in and popped out that we don't even see anymore.
Right.
Others that have been here since we started in this stuff.
And I had I want to do this. Now he's very close to it. Once you get the drop targets down, I have this really cool kind of. It's an add-a-ball feature, and I actually the people bitch that that some of the targets are hard to hit. If you hit an in lane, you actually complete the 5th target. Okay. So he just did it. So you got the extra ball. There's no scoring difference.
The stellar experience. Like everybody just saw that happen.
Right. But there's no scoring difference. There's no modes. There's no nothing. It's just I like Centaur.
Yeah.
Here's an extra ball. Have fun. Beat targets now.
Interesting.
And you could keep doing that. You could unload the whole trough by constantly dropping the drops, and it gets easier, just like in Centaur.
You know what's crazy? Not crazy. I mean, what I've heard a lot of at this show for some reason is like people have a few things they harken back to. Like you talked about not wanting the ball back to the in lanes and stuff. Like just these little concepts that are like, this is the limitation I'm going to put on myself for this game. And I love seeing that because pinball is like, it's a game experience based on limitations. It's the size you have to work with. It's the routes you have to go. And so when I hear designers saying, I'm choosing not to do this, or I'm trying to introduce these features from this classic game I love, it's fun to see like what that limitation does to the design process itself.
Yeah, and another thing along with the limitations is he was having trouble hitting the G right now, which is why I give the inlane switch. And of course, these switches could be a little bit more sensitive, so you could back roll it in. I should do that, but that's on purpose. My first pinball I ever owned was a hot tip.
Okay.
You cannot hit all the drops on the hot tip without playing the pop-up.
Interesting. Okay.
And so you cannot hit all these drops without playing the pop-up. And so you have to get it right. You got to get that action going, and that's one thing I wanted to add. And you need to hit it in lane. Yeah, you could go up in the upper playfield, let it drain, and it's going to swing around and hit it.
Yeah.
So that was something I always wanted to make it have fun with it. But
You know, it really sounds like you're taking a lot of feedback. You know, you've probably sat and watched people play it. You're seeing how they're experiencing the game. So adding those code changes to keep the game enjoyable. I mean, that's something that like I think everybody bring in their game even in early stages to these homebrew to these shows. It's going to give you something that shot you think you can hit every time. Muscle memory's automatic. A casual user can't even get there. You know,
just because I'm the designer and I got this shot down doesn't mean everyone can. And one thing, I also had Ghostbuster syndrome, where when Ghostbusters first was released with the code, you had to complete Slimer to start a mode. Well, that sucks. Well, I had the same problem where for now, actually, I changed it so the mode is already you're already ready to start it. So the mode start shot is a left scoop, and but then you complete the drops, and then that's going to start the mode again. This code is really raw. I need to add code. I need to add art. But it's still a fun game to play, and everyone enjoys flipping it here.
I mean, like I said, in the presentation I just did, you're in the veteran category because it is a game that people know. They recognize when it comes here. I think you mentioned the Greyhound game. I mean, that was one I think just in still getting to know you, you used a game to show something else that you're passionate and that you care a lot about. So pinball is a way to start conversations and get to know each other personally.
And
so
when I did the
what do you
Greyhound
take on that? You know,
when I did the Greyhound game, I wanted to do a homebrew, a full rule set and everything, but there was no hardware, no community. And without that community, I didn't have any. I didn't even start. So I'm like, okay, find a game that the audio is not specific, and I was able to do everything with the skill set I had in my garage. I did that game in a vacuum, where I didn't know of anybody else, and I brought it to shows and be like, oh, that's cool. Did you see so-and-so? Who?
You know, I have heard that. I mean, we heard that in the talk earlier. It was like, it was Craig with the Steamboat Willie game. He's like, I didn't know there was this community here. And to me, that blows my mind because, I mean, all that I got to know about pinball was like really through community, you know? But
the shot to the left of the drop, or the stand-ups. You have or the stand-downs, whatever you want to call them. That's it. So, there you go. Hit that 2 more times, you got the big multi-ball. It's hard to get up that ramp, and yes, I know I've done some screws, but sorry to...
we're doing what we need to do here, you know?
Yeah, no, but this is actually a great format for showing off the game.
Well, and I do think that, what we're doing right now in real time is what so much of hanging out in the homebrew space is about. We're standing around, we're watching some pinball get played, we're sharing stories. I mean, all the good friends that we make these days, it comes from time spent. I've been saying that all weekend long, literally being in the same place together, standing around playing pinball, it is the social connection that we need in this modern digital technical age, you know? So.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway is, the community is what got me to be able to build a game that I built.
I mean, it's how we met. It's like we want to see, selfishly, every homebrew user wants to see all of us make more pinball so we can play more pinball.
And the thing with this platform as well, everyone, it doesn't matter what hardware platform or what software we're all in it together. If someone has a problem, everybody is going to come together to help you out.
Oh, I love it. And I think that's where, too, people come running up. They're like, do you have a multimeter? Can I borrow your soldering iron? You know, it's like, I'm almost more curious, well, what do you need it for? I want to come watch, And it's this weird, you're observing people working on projects, but my kids give me crap about, why do you and all the other dads I know watch shows about people working on things? And it's like, this is what we like to be around. We like to see this stuff, And again, I like having this conversation, watching you observing the player playing.
Well, he's a better pinball player than I am.
Man, this has been a lot of fun. I mean, all the time we get to spend here, being forced to stand here over your game and chat, this is awesome, And I think that these streams, this is fantastic. So we're getting the cutoff message. It's been great talking to you, Ed.
Same here. Well, I thank you guys. Thank you for playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You hit all the shots, all the fun stuff, and thank you for everything.
Homebrew pinball.
Woo! Let's go Ghost in the Shell, you guys. We'll be back. I did get fed. This is like a well-oiled machine here, guys. I think we got 2 or 3 more to showcase today. Then we get to take a break. Now, I didn't do that interview. Aaron is the freaking man, but I'm still here. And I did get to eat. No, it's all good. I did get something to eat. I got some secret sauce here in the big red cup. Mr. J. Crane, you don't realize how much that means to me and to Aaron and the whole crew here. So thank you. And I like the interaction in chat. This is going up later on, I'm in jail. This is going up later on YouTube and Twitch. So you guys get to watch your favorite home brewer over and over and over again. I'm very curious to see who's next. Who's coming up next? What's up, Al Anonymous, if you're still here? Is that purple drink? I'm gonna start reading your text, Grammy. Oh my God. I gotta get another camera. This camera is like, everything's in the way. All right. I should give you guys a different song to listen to. Let's give you a different song. How do I do that? If I do this. Give you another song. Oh, it does show duration. This is why I love Mac. I would never stream on a Mac. That's what we're streaming on right now. I don't agree with streaming on a Mac, but this is fine. Swapping songs. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're almost ready. We got it. This one is amazing. They're all amazing. I don't want to say this one is amazing, but everyone that comes over is sicker than the last. You guys are going to get a kick out of this one. It's an IP that just recently went into public domain, and there's nothing the company behind it can do to stop it. So this one will be fun. We're waiting for Aaron to come back because Aaron's going to interview Craig on this one. So we'll see. And there are also there's steam pipes at the top. If that hasn't given you a clue about what this game is, there's 2 steam pipes at the top, actually spewing steam, actually spewing smoke. So we are here at Pinball Expo 2025. My name is Manu, because that's what my tag says. Where's my tag? There it is. It says I'm Manu, so I must be Manu. I also do a Twitch channel called Mystery Pinball Theater, where I stream pinball. And we're at the Marco booth / PinDevCon booth. There's got to be like 30 homebrews here this year. And a DJ channel. Okay. Let's calm down there, Mr. J. Mr. J. Crane's like, and a DJ channel. I'm like, whatever. As soon as Aaron gets back, we'll get going.
That was super fun.
All right. So we just spent time getting to know each other in front of like a whole room full of people.
We did.
And now we're going to stand here and get to know your game together. So we're playing this in real time. So like talk to us a little bit about the design goals for this game and what he's experiencing here kind of in real time.
So the biggest design goal of
Hi,
my name
this
is
my
Craig
first
Monahan.
interview.
My name is Craig Monahan, and this is my game, Steamboat Willie Pinball, based off of the beloved character from somebody who's from a company that I won't mention.
There you go.
And so the major design ideas here is I wanted to make an electromagnetic game.
Okay.
Okay, and so from the internal standpoint, the solenoids fire like they're EM games.
Okay.
As we mentioned as we mentioned in the last interview.
Yeah, there you go.
Like if you took the cover off here, you'd see the sparks flying whenever you hit the flipper button.
Really?
And so I wanted that feel. Like you could probably feel there's a little bit of a hum. There's there's a tactile feel to EM games that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make that, and it also fits so well with the theme of Steamboat Willie.
It's like of the era.
Yeah, it's
like,
of the era.
To every degree. I mean, like we talked about in the interview just before, we won't refer to that ever again because nobody else heard that, you know. But even the way you lit the back glass, it's so like sparsely lit as if they were like bulbs and you only get 5 of them to use, you know?
Believe it or not, the behind the back glass is a light holder whatever you called that back box piece from like a 1960s Apollo.
Okay.
And so I just went with it.
Yeah.
Where they had bulbs, I have bulbs. And so I designed the art around where the bulbs were.
Which is like, I mean, truly the way pinball was done back then, it's like, here's what you get to work with. And you did have to accommodate with what the physical, like, resources you had to build a game. And I love the depth of thinking around that stuff. It's like the traditions and the homage to the era, like it comes out in every part of this game.
Yeah, that's been the fun part. Everyone though comes to me and says, "Man, doing a black and white game, that's so ingenuitive." Yeah, and I'm like, thank you, I appreciate that. But the truth is, I didn't know how to do color matching with art.
Okay.
So I didn't know how to make my colors look the same.
But you're like, I can start with black and white and then somewhere in the middle.
That's exactly what I did. And so that's why we chose the theme.
Yeah.
That's why we that's why we did nearly every aspect of this was based off of a limitation of I didn't know how to do art yet.
Dude, I love the fact that I've heard every different approach to get into making pinball and why people chose to do certain things. The fact that like simple color, like monochromatic design was the big impetus for picking this theme. I have not heard that before.
Well, listen, there were a lot of firsts in this game.
Yeah. But that's homebrew pinball, you know?
Well, I've mentioned before, I didn't know other people were doing this.
Yeah.
I said to a friend of mine, I was like, I'm going to make my own pinball machine. And he said, you're going to spend a fortune. And I said, I bet you I can do it for under $1,000. I didn't know a thing about pinball. My first version of this I actually did for $400.
No kidding.
This version I actually did for under $700.
Dude, that's crazy.
In every piece of this I could do again for under $700. But I was just making it on my own. I made my own engine. I made all the little parts, all the little switches. They came from other old games.
Okay.
Like there's Flight 2000 parts in here.
Sure.
There's pieces we mentioned of Apollo. There's one from some like surfer game, EM game. That's where the flippers came from.
Okay.
And so I did everything with this box around it.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna design and I'm gonna deliberately set limits on what I do. And
love
so
that. Yeah.
so there are people out there, people who don't set limits end up not finishing.
You can noodle around forever. If you don't have a deadline or a budget or some constraints, like I'll say all the time, you can't create great art with unlimited resources.
That is correct.
It just becomes like arts and crafts, you know?
Did we lose the flipper? Yeah, right, flipper went out. All right, it's a broken wire. I know exactly where it is. So apologize for that, but would you like to kind of see homebrew, guys?
Are we just gonna open it up right here?
Well, I'm going to throw the ball around instead of, I mean, I am so, I would be embarrassed if you,
So you're
like
basically
looking under my dress.
So you're gonna manually take us through the
Yeah,
mode.
sure,
Okay,
why not?
awesome. Just
Is
do
that okay?
Dude, I think that sounds fine.
So
I'm also not in charge here, so.
here's the deal. Skill shot, you shoot the ball from the flipper. It does an orbital right away, and if you shoot up the ramp with it, that's your skill shot.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. There are 3 modes in the game that you're trying to complete. One, we'll do one now.
Okay.
You light off these, and it goes red. Only color is red and green, and
Nice.
it's only for this mode.
Okay.
But it says, save Minnie Mouse. Did you know there was a plot to the cartoon Steamboat Willie? Here's the plot. Minnie was late. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to be sexist with any comments on why she was late.
Hey, don't do that.
But she was late, and Mickey's like, oh crap, we need to get Mickey on this boat. And so he's trying to figure that out. So how does he do that? He works with his crane. And so here's the crane
Okay,
moving.
yeah.
And by the way, you hit it and it turns on, turns off, which is so fun and frustrating, like those old-timey cartoons.
Okay.
That was like 90% of the plot points of those cartoons was, oh, I got this going. Oh crap, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And so you get the crane going, and then you shoot the crane shot, and boom. Crane goes off, music is playing, happy. It's super fun. So it saves Minnie Mouse, and then this is the part that everyone loves to see, is after every mode, you have to get a bonus, right?
Sure.
Well, what kind of bonus should you, how should you achieve this bonus? Obviously, You should spin for bonus.
Okay. Is the wheel in the camera? Like he's spinning the wheel that's off the front of the Steamboat
Yeah, they
Willie
can see
game
it.
right now. Dude, that's awesome.
Anyway, that's actually the real reason why we put the wheel here was
so
for
good.
kids.
It's so
Little
good.
kids would come up to shows, they put their stool up, and they step up in front and just go. And I was like, well, we need to make them a bigger wheel.
Dude, that
And
is
we
so
did.
cool.
So that's one mode. Next mode is if you light all of these.
Okay.
It says, hey, Pete lights complete.
Okay.
Pete achievement collected. By the way, right here is where the achievements are listed.
Oh, right on.
So it does its cutscene, spin for bonus. Yay. So that's another mode. And last mode that you need to get to. All right, so when you hit the bumper, it builds up steam.
All right.
So it does that. You have to hit it like 10 or 15 times, depending on how I got it set. And then you shoot the boat shot. And it goes into a survival mode called
Okay.
Musical Mouse,
Okay.
where the lights all dance according to the beat.
Okay.
Okay, and
Love
it's all
that.
cute and fun. Yeah, it's all double scoring at this time.
Okay.
But it's about a minute long, and you have to survive.
Okay.
Which on an EM game is brutal.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you survive, and then you get the achievement. Now, since it's the last achievement, you'll actually go into wizard mode
Okay.
instead of spin for bonus. So the wizard mode. You know, I already started saying wizard mode, and I still got like 30 seconds left of this, and so I'm gonna be like, the wizard mode, pause,
Wait for it. Wait for it.
wait.
Because you're not having to keep the ball alive right now. You're just observing.
Yeah,
You know?
see,
So-
it's right. It's the best part of having the glass off.
You
of
know,
the
when you
machine.
started, you were gonna do the demo. I didn't even notice the glass was off. You just reached in. I was like, wow.
All right, so there. Now it's going into wizard mode, which
Okay.
I'd still be playing.
Yep.
And what does it do? It's in color, folks. I mean, come on, it's the dream.
Yeah.
So, music's a little more modern.
Yeah.
It's all just super fun. It's all double scoring from here on out.
Okay.
But those are the three modes. It also has a multi-ball in it. You have to lock it doing like some shenanigans.
Okay.
But ultimately, that's the game. It's not difficult. It's not like a Jersey Jack game where you have to hit this shot, then this
Yeah.
shot, and then twist this, and then you have to hit yourself on the leg, and you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I mean, I think it's something that like there's enough here that it doesn't feel like it's sparse. You know, you can work through very methodically through the examples you just showed us, and you're making meaningful progress.
Well,
you know?
the other thing was I wanted to make sure that from an art standpoint,
Yeah.
I had room to put the giant Mickey on here.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, you need Mickey Mouse on your machine,
yep.
and I get tired of those crowded games where there's no room for anything, and it takes your picture while you're playing, and so a buddy here that was playing earlier, first of all, he looks excited to be playing my game.
I love-
That
I
is
lo-
like
I
the
love
most
this game.
ringing endorsement I've had since Roger Sharp told me that ramp was too narrow. Anyway, that's the rundown. What other questions you got?
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I think that.
Oh, did you see the steam up
I know.
there?
I was gonna say, is the steam on the camera? Yeah, there you go. We're showing that there in
It
the stream.
also, the waves move up there.
Oh, whoa.
At
Dude,
different
this is
shots will
awesome.
make the waves move.
You know, it's funny, like, you talk about the artwork and the sparseness of it. It lines up with the content that's in the films that you're showing in the back, the animations you're showing. They were not like infinite animations, super many deep layers. I mean, it very much looks like of the era that the original Steamboat Willie like animations were created, you know?
All right, did he know he was being recorded or his picture was being taken?
I don't know, man. I just got here.
I absolutely love this.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the game.
Well, I think this is awesome, man. Like I said, you know, you didn't know all the homebrew people were here when you started this thing.
I've made so many friends.
Dude, seriously, like we're friends now. We got to be friends on stage in
On
front of a
stage
room
for
full
the
of
first
people,
time.
you know?
Become friends.
Dude, but I do think, I mean, great job in this game. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Oh,
Like
I
this-
meant to mention,
Oh, yeah, what do you got?
my dad did all of the, like,
Oh,
I would
yeah,
come
yeah,
up with
yeah.
ideas, and he would be like, we can't do that. And then, like, a few hours later, he'd text me and say, okay, I figured out how to do
Yeah.
that. So he created all the things that moved, all of them.
What a great way to collaborate. You know,
you know
work
what?
with people
It's
you
cool.
love. Like, it's awesome.
It's cool to be with my dad, too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
We spent so much time in the garage together. That was really cool. And then the actual art on the sides,
Yeah.
that is hand painted or stencil painted.
Yeah.
My mom did that
Dude, you put everybody to work. You know, this is awesome. Like, what a bonding experience that you have this as a memento, as a family shared experience, like in this game, and you can play this forever.
Well, it depends. If I convert it to fast pinball, then I could play it forever. But right now, I have. There are times.
Yeah.
Like at home, I don't. It's getting hundreds of plays during this show.
They're just getting beat up,
And
like all these games
I
are.
mean,
Yeah.
like the flipper went out.
Yeah.
Because it shook so much that.
Dude, we saw games getting played last year where it was like they were getting played so much that like the wires were melting off the coils, you know?
Okay.
So it happens,
This
man.
coil caught fire today. All right, like that.
Did anybody
smoke-
notice between the smoke
the
and the
smoke
steam?
coming out the top? There's smoke coming out
my
here.
God.
And
such good theme integration.
yes, I know. I'm brilliant. And you can smell that wonderful smell.
That
where
brings
it's like.
terror to my heart, you know? So,
So we had to replace. I brought a suitcase full of replacement parts.
I was gonna say, did you need parts? Because there's some around here.
Not for this game.
Oh, interesting.
In fact, Marcos, which awesome Marcos, just
Yeah.
throwing that out there.
Yeah.
They actually had someone pack in their carry-on to fly up here
Dude.
with two specific coils that are specific to this game.
On the way up to the show, like you're able to call in that, dude.
And
that's
as soon as
pinball
we got
people
here,
taking care of pinball people.
And as soon as I got here, then Emoto came over with a package and says, "Here, I think you need these." And I was like, "I do."
Dude, that's incredible, man.
But they're super rare. I should convert all of this stuff to something better.
Dude,
But
there's always time. Okay,
Yeah.
we're getting the cutoff messages
Cool.
here. Like, this is awesome, man. I'm so glad we get to hang out. Like, friends
Absolutely.
for life and Homebrew Pinball and Steamboat Willie. Dude, this is awesome.
come swing by.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So much talking.
So hopefully what we can do is after the stream, it'll probably be my job, is to get all of these edited without any interruptions in between. So if you ever want to watch, you can watch. And yeah, get these up on YouTube. Or it may just go up on YouTube the way it is. I don't know. I'll have to ask my boss. But we're going to be coming back with another one.
What's up? Are we on?
We are.
Are we on the internet?
We are all on. Yeah.
All right. So this one's going to be full of feels. Okay. So we're looking at Spaceballs, the pinball machine right now. This was designed by my dear friend John Marsh, who passed away earlier this year, and it's on like we call it like a tribute tour. Okay. We were blessed to be able to take it down to the Southern Fried Gaming Expo, where he and his wife Carrie used to spend their like weekend away from the kids at that show. And so when it came down to like, how do we celebrate and commemorate his life, it was very fortunate for us that Carrie was willing to like let Ernie come and pick the game up and bring it out there. And not only that, but like Carrie and her daughter Caitlin came out to the show. And so it was so fantastic to be able to be there. They got to hang out with all of John's super nerdy friends and just kind of share the love, And I think that was the passing of anybody in your life is rough. But the fact that like we got to have a positive celebrational kind of thing around pinball and just be there was fantastic. And I think that like one of the things that we reached out to say, can we bring Spaceballs to Expo? Because I knew that John had wanted to bring this game to Expo and just we hadn't got around to it yet. The timing didn't work out yet. So that's why this game is here. This game has been in the form that it has for a really long time. Like John was like an anchor in the homebrew community. He's sorely missed, but I feel like bringing this game out, we're celebrating what he created here. So Spaceballs, the pinball machine, I mean, that's what we're looking at here. So have your first experience with this. Let me dive in.
When was this created?
Oh my God, I need to start doing some research before I do this.
Like years ago?
I think it was like probably like 7 years ago. I mean, it's been a while, for sure.
All right.
All right, so dive in.
Let's play some Spaceballs. And, it's not easy to build these things.
No, it's not. And actually, like John and I met through the process of like, just existing on the internet and online drama, all that stuff. And he was originally going to make his own board set, and he reached out and said, "Hey, I watched the way you handled some of this online drama, and I appreciated the way you did it, dude. I'm in. I want to work with you guys." And I mean, that's the community anchor way back. It's like just be around good people. And John was always that in our community. And so, like I said, like being able to bring this game out and see people come out and be like, "Oh my God, you brought it," is fantastic. So what he did in this game that's super cool is like he's got the whole like different. A lot of the ramp pieces are all 3D printed.
Yeah.
So being able to create things that are specifically going to shoot the way that he wants is really what this was all about. So
it's great to be able to prototype and build.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me being terrible.
But I mean, like these different shots in here. If I remember right, you're going to be shooting up underneath here. It's going to load balls up in here, and eventually you're going to get the tractor beam loaded up with the Winnebago, like moving up underneath the playfield here.
Oh wow!
So it's like using physical pieces to tell the story.
Yeah.
Is super fun.
Man, it's so much work that goes into these.
I think it's like that's one of the things that like John and I always bonded around was like, we love our families, we love our kids and stuff like that, but sometimes we just need something to work on.
We need to work on.
And I think that's what homebrew pinball is for so much of it. It's a little bit of an escape. I think that our spouses love the fact that we're nerding out on pinball together. So it's never like, what's my husband doing off on this trip somewhere? It's like, oh, I know exactly what he's doing. He would be doing this. Yep.
building things.
Building and creating.
Man, I cannot hit that shot. There we go.
Oh, almost.
Oh, it goes up.
Yeah, so it'll loop up over and then lock them up in there. So you get that timing just right.
Where's Roger Sharp when you need him?
I know. He's like, I've seen way too much homebrew today. I need a break. Show me a commercial game right now.
Look at that. Hello, my baby. Hello.
Oh, yeah. See in the back? See the character moving back and forth? Yeah, it's actually moving in and out in the background. I don't know if the camera even picked that up.
Did you guys see that? Oh, man.
So at the end of your game, it's like, wrapped it up there.
You want to give it a shot?
Dude, let's do it. Here, take that.
All right. Wow. And this is pretty much a finished game. Yeah, I mean, it is a finished game. You okay?
Dude, I'm good, man. This is like, this is a tribute to a great friend. Oh, shit. That's John messing with me right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you love this? Have fun.
And it's such a great theme that it's just so beloved, the theme. Was there any other games that John worked on?
So he was actually working on a game with our friend Mike O'Rourke out in Portland at the time of his passing and stuff. And so that's one of the things we're trying to figure out, like, you know, how do we pick that up and carry on with it and stuff like that? I mean, obviously, like, the idea of picking up a game like that is emotional, you know? But at the same time, I think that given a little time, that may be a kind of a fun homage as well, you know? Because again, like, I mean, knowing John well enough, he would not want us to not make pinball. And if he was the reason that we didn't make pinball, he would feel like crap about that, you know?
And he wouldn't want you to not play his game. That's why he made a game.
Yeah. Oh, I got it up there, but it came back down.
Most pinball, you got one?
So I think that it should start. Oh, almost. Dude, this is the most pinball I've played since being at the show. It's been like, let's just work on pinball and build pinball, and oh, it's so good.
This is special right here.
You know, and it's funny too that people walk up to this game and they're like, Spaceballs, oh my gosh. And I mean, just the poetic, like, you know, awfulness of it all. Like, just after his passing, they decide they're gonna make a Spaceballs 2. And I like to think that, like, John got wherever he was going and was like, hey, I got one request. Like, make this movie, you know? So I would love to see, like, a Spaceballs, like, pinball machine actually get made, like, commercially, you know? And, you know, it is a fun property. It is something a lot of people love, and it's, yeah.
I can't believe I'm looking at a Spaceballs pinball machine, though, right now.
Yeah, it's, man, I am not very good at pinball anymore. If it's not like crimping wire, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Like, that's what we've been doing, is like hanging out in here and just like literally like building and making pinball. And, you know, I think that's one of the things that's like, I spend more time building and making it than actually playing.
All right, my
But
turn.
yeah, you get in here, man.
All
Do
right,
it.
all
What's up, Erica?
My two favorite people.
right.
Are you guys recording? Am I bothering you?
We're all live on the internet right now. Come and hang out.
Oh my god. Hello.
I've been talking pinball on microphones for like the last 3 hours.
Yo, that's sick.
We did our 90-minute homebrew talk out there, and then walk in here. They're like, "Hey, we'd love you to jump on and do some of these talks with us." And
Oh, right on.
I mean, and then we're playing my good friend John Marsh's like.
Invaders?
No, this is Spaceballs. Yes.
Spaceballs?
Yes.
Very target. I love very targets. I love very targets. I don't know why. Ever since Ripley's Believe It or Not, I love
There you go.
very targets.
You know what's funny is like you think you know everything about a game, or about like making games, and then you go back and you experience like one mechanism that you'd never experienced before. Any homebrewer is going to be like, oh my god, I want to use that. How would I use that in a game? How would I use it to tell a story or advance the gameplay experience? Like,
Oh my!
You don't see that one very often.
Right.
I
Like, ever.
want this. I want this. I want this to be made again. And John is
okay, so
so
two
clever.
balls up there right now.
2 balls. John is so clever. Oh! I can get one more up there.
Dude, you got to do it, man.
All right. This is so good, and it's always the case where at the expos you really can't hear the sounds. And
I
stuff.
know. It's one of the things I don't want to just crank the system and find out that like, okay, we blew out a speaker,
Yeah.
but like, still, I mean, here we are like playing a game that you're not going to get access to this at your local arcade. Like, this is why we come here, is to play these, you know?
I got 2.
That's not bad.
Well, so I would have started. I can do it.
So so
do it
do
one
it
more
again,
time.
do it again.
I can do it.
You're a better
I can
player
do it.
than me.
I can do it.
So that third ball, whoops, sorry Rig, sorry internet. The third ball gets loaded in there, and then the tractor beam starts going up, or the Winnebago starts moving up from there. So
It's a wide shot.
Yep.
But it's deceptive. I'll say. It's deceptive here. Oh, somebody gave us a.
somebody's throwing candy at me now.
Somebody gave us some candy.
Dude, what's going on?
I have no idea.
This is I'm getting nervous here. It's like raining starburst.
It's rain and starburst. Okay.
Oh my God!
Oh. All right. Let's go. I love that. There's a.
Like an actual DMD.
An actual
and
DMD.
LCD, yep.
Is this built? What system is this built under?
This is
It's
running on fast. This is
Okay.
like our nano platform from like a long time ago.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken. I love it. Now you guys can drive dot matrix display.
So
right?
basically, like the Mission Pinball framework is what's running the game engine. Okay.
engine, okay.
So the game engine is gonna like, you know, based on how you configure, you're configuring like a DMD screen and an LCD screen, and then you end up pairing it with the hardware platform you're using.
Okay.
So the hardware platform is completely abstracted away from the game engine. So if you're running Fast or Cobra Pin or P-Rock or whatever, like the Mission Pinball framework was designed to say let the hardware guys compete. But if you make a game framework, like then it's long term. It can be supported by multiple platforms and stuff. So
Okay.
man, I don't know. I don't have my phone with me, but Carrie, I don't know if you're still watching, but thank you so much for letting us have this game out here and kind of pay this tribute to John, like on this tribute tour to Pinball Expo. It means a lot to us that you would trust this game in our hands, and it's pretty wonderful. So thank you.
All right. If I don't do it, I got someone here who will.
You've got a better player
We
behind
got
you,
one
man.
more. Isaiah's here,
There you go.
and
You got the ringer. Just come in and like show us how it's done. You know.
we'll bring in the ringer, and then we'll say thank you to John and his family for letting us
Absolutely.
play this. Wow. It's a okay. We're gonna bring in Isaiah. All right.
All right.
All you got. Should
All
I
right.
tell him what to do?
Sh-
You tell me.
I barely remember. So you can shoot underneath this. It loops back up and locks them up behind here. So I think it takes the 3 balls in there, and then it does the Winnebago tractor piece, I believe, or the tractor beam piece. So
I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen Spaceballs, so I feel like a fraud here.
you know what? I mean, it's one of those films that like it's a little obscure, but I think that
I just came out of the womb, so.
man, I had black and white TVs in my house. Like that's my age. He's going like, what is a CRT TV if it's not an LCD? Like,
CRT was my time, at least.
okay.
Let me see if I can get that. Whoa, that right.
This has got a very target, Isaiah.
Yeah, up there on the left side there,
Love very.
or right side. Yeah.
I don't think you backhanded that ramp.
You don't think so? Oh, it's a ramp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It comes back. There you
There
go.
you go.
Like a 180
Whoa.
ramp. Okay.
That's all I had to know, said it was a ramp. Ugh. All right. I need 3?
I believe so. Yeah.
Magic number.
There's optos set up there to hold 3 of them. Yeah.
What's the magic number?
Man, this makes me so happy to see this game getting played like this. This is so good. I didn't know if I was going to be all choked up, but I think I'm just like excited and proud to have John as a friend and to have been a part of like all this shared experience of like building and making games. God damn. This is so many feels today. So many feels. Ah.
Shoot.
Okay, there you go. That's
That's 1. I had to read.
okay. Okay.
I'm a fraud.
Oh, almost.
Off the plunge.
It's tricky. It's like early, but not early.
Yeah. It's pretty tight, too, with how much space you get on there. All right. Let's see. Invert. There it is.
Okay, there you go. That's
Okay,
2.
one more.
Let's do one more.
Up. Post pass.
Coming back. Oh.
Oh, I expected a dead bounce.
Yeah.
But that scoop's kind of far back, so that's my own.
Okay. So you still got 2 locked up in there.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get one more.
I like those Perriers in the back. Almost. Up. Down. Oh. All right. There it is.
There we go. Last one.
John is messing with everybody right now.
Exactly.
Pressure is on.
You know, when we brought the game down to Southern Fried Gaming Expo, it was like one wire had gotten ripped out in the process. You know. Oh, okay. So. Okay, so let's see. Like what? Okay. So now you're in the multi-ball here, and if you can see on the camera, like the Winnebago tractor beam thing is pulling up. Oh, ah.
Ball save, ball save. I'm already out.
It started. No, we saw it on
Yeah,
screen.
we saw it. Okay, cool.
We started driving. Huh?
Yeah, and it lights up underneath. It's like drawn. You know, that's cool.
Oh man, that is neat. That's a neat mechanism.
All right. I think we got the cutoff signal anyways. So, dude, thank you for coming and showing us how it's done. Dude, thank you for doing this with me, man. I appreciate this.
Thank you, guys.
John, we love you, man. All right. Giving you that. I'm off the hook.
I'm here with you, friends. We're waiting for another homebrew to just come strolling into our neighborhood, into our little spot here at the Pinball Expo 2025 homebrew section here at the Marco Pinball booth. I can't even say booth. It's not really a booth. It's more like a huge section of the showroom floor where everywhere I look, I've never seen so many playfields up in my life. And they're showing off. It's not that they're all broken. It's because they're showing off all the parts, the rotisseries, all the things that make pinball. Who are the pins in your neighborhood? Who are the pins in your neighborhood? I don't know how far away I can walk from here, but I will walk this far and take a look and see. I see Sonic. I see Beer Fest. I see Spaceballs, of course, which we just watched. There's a VR rig. So there's a booth that has VR pinball. I think he's showing off the pin stubbier. Yeah, yeah. See, wear a VR headset. There's Harry Potter over here, but not Jersey Jack's Harry Potter. The homebrew Harry Potter, which is huge in there. There's a Matt walking by. The Monsters Inc. that we looked at. A Monster Bash 2-player game, which we're going to look at in a little while. What else do I see? We got to a lot of these games, actually, and we got a few more for you guys today. So stick around right here on Marco TV. Hope you guys are having a great day, because I'm having a great show. All right. Okay, so if you are just hanging out waiting for a homebrew to show up, we apologize. We have a game on wheels ready to come over, except the the developer, the builder of the game, is not at their booth, and we do not want to move someone else's game without them with the game. And it's just not cool if he comes back and sees his game missing. so we're hanging out trying to figure out where they are and stuff like that. But other than that, everything's going pretty smooth. Yeah.
It's been an amazing day. Seeing all these games, one after another every 30 minutes, it's been a highlight for me of Expo.
Yeah, it's really, really super cool, and they get really excited to be showcased. So I'm really happy to be able to showcase them. I'm thinking once this is done, I can probably do this. So I'm going to grab the file, of course, and edit it down without the pauses.
Sure.
And then possibly, we'll see what Emoto wants to do. But either way, this will live on YouTube in its form either way. So we'll see, yeah. There's Erica. Hi, Erica.
Hi.
Have you enjoyed any homebrews? Come over here.
Just swapping?
I need you to be right here.
Right here? Am I holding this or are you holding this?
I can news broadcaster you, but I'm going to do it the wrong way.
I was just going in and doing a thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. You go and do your thing. You go do your thing. All right. We'll be right back, folks. Okay. Let's get ready to skate. Yeah. Okay, this is what it's like. There are a lot of great homebrews here, but nobody gets more "let's go" than Nick right here on this amazing game, Tony Hawk's Pro Pinball. Nick, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
All right, so you've heard this a million times, but in your head, what happened? How did you go, you know what, let's go?
Okay, so I tried to obviously capture the essence of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater game, but really I also tried to capture the essence of skateboarding itself. The entire design process was me trying to figure out how to subvert pinball rules. And I'm not talking about like rule sets, but like do things that aren't normally done in a pinball machine. Like perfect example is the out lane ramp. I was thinking like, how do I add playfield to a section of the machine that is normally unused? Normally you drain and that's it, right? But I figured out how to make it, you know, more of a playable area for the machine. There hasn't been, you know, there's been a few little small loops, like Gold Wing's a good example, like in the top left, but like something at this scale had never been done. So I was like, how do I make that work? So with skateboarding, you know, if you think about like a handrail when you walk down the steps, that's to keep your balance. With skateboarding, they're using it as an obstacle. So I wanted to figure out how to do that in pinball, like jumping the ball off the back of the scoop on that drop-in ramp on the left. Like, that's something that had never been done before, and I was like, hey, normally you're shooting the ball in it, but what if you jump the ball off the back of it? So that was kind of just a bunch of bad ideas that I worked on until they were good.
How, like, were your iterations in the tens, the hundreds, the thousands?
You know, the loop, the metal wireform loop itself took me a month just to get it working once. And then I've been iterating on it since Expo of last year. I mean, I reworked it a little bit, and he's figuring the center button out there to make it a little bit easier to hit. You know, I added some precision flippers. I figured out that to drive the coils as hard as I need to make this game tick, I had to figure out an active cooling solution. So there's actually aluminum heat sinks on my coils underneath with fans pulling the heat away from the coils, like, because I'm driving them hard.
And their precision too, so they're already kind of.
Yeah, they already will speed the ball up a little bit, but you can see like the ball really, really flies off of those flippers.
So you're looking for speed.
Speed, yeah. I mean, because there's so much verticality in the game. There's so much, kinetic energy in there. What's a really fun one is he just unlocked the secret tape. So if he shoots the center ramp, he can. So that yellow flipper up there opens up, and that's how you get the secret tape. Another thing too is you can see that diverter in the top left. That will do that whole drop-in sequence, and once that happens, if you just hold your left flipper, that it takes care of the rest for you.
So what did you do any modeling? Like, have you done any modeling? No.
Oh,
Did you do any 3D modeling? What was it? What was it that you used to kind of conceptualize this?
So I've told people, like, people are like, wow, you must have been, you know how to do all this stuff or whatever to make this thing happen. I built all the 3D modeling I did in Tinkercad, which is
awesome.
They teach kids how to do CAD and that, and like I know Fusion 360 more now, but like at the time I needed to get this done in a year, and I didn't have the time to learn Fusion 360 and build this game. So I was like, I know how Tinkercad works. I'm going to stretch this program as far as I can take it, and that's why the geometry on the ramps doesn't have enough polygons on it, like it's not as smooth as I wish it would be, but it kind of fits in with the whole PS1 vibe. If I could like make a lie about why it looks like that.
No, I like the PS1 story.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all about just getting it done, right? Use what you can to get it done, and whether you use Fusion 360 or Tinkercad, you got it done.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, working with what you got, like the playfield looks like concrete because it was easier to make it look like the first level of the first game than it was to be like, okay, how do I translate that into a playfield full of art? And it's like, well, if I did that, it wouldn't look like the game. Like the goal was to make it look like Warehouse from the first game, so that's why, if you look at like some of the accents on the playfield where it looks like there's grime and everything, that's underneath the clear coat. Like I made it look dirty, as art instead of like, resorting to putting a bunch of graffiti or, some other ideas that I had.
See, that's amazing that you said that, because until you pointed it out, I didn't know what. So you have like the feel for skateboarding is in here. It's not overt, it's not in your face, but it just feels like skateboarding. And part of that is the art design. Are you like an art designer in any way, or you just went with it?
I've been building stuff since I was a little kid. I mean, my dream growing up was to be a roller coaster designer. So I spent like, I don't know how many hours in Roller Coaster Tycoon and No Limits, which is like a roller coaster designing CAD program. Okay, great. So like my first CAD experience was with No Limits and like learning like how nodes work and like all that. And so I ended up, as you can see, designing Homebrew instead of a roller coaster, and I work at the Electric Playground now. They pick me up after Expo.
Do you really?
Yeah, oh. There we go. Yeah.
Guys, I mean, of course, because Nick's amazing. So, do you have any other like plans or anything for this one, or are you moving on to another game?
So like, as in like any kind of artist, if I'm gonna call myself that, you're gonna be your worst critic, right? So there's things I see on here that's like, I wish I would have done this differently, I wish I would have done this differently, but then when I see people play it and they go, I love this, and I don't hear any of those criticisms that I hear in my own head, it like gives me the motivation to go, okay, you can work on your next thing, and I am working on the next thing. So when it comes out, it's unlicensed, it's an original theme. It's a theme that's near and dear to my heart, and it just shake it and that'll come out. It's been played hard today.
What's your?
There you go.
Are we still under the playfield? What's your favorite shot in the game?
My favorite shot in the game is the ollie shot. So if
which
he
is
the left flipper and then makes that center ramp, he'll hit the ollie shot.
And for people who don't know what an ollie is, like me,
So an ollie is basically how you jump with the skateboard. Right. So if
defying gravity to me, that's crazy.
right, so like it's like the basis of every skateboarding trick, right? Like Tony Hawk was called a cheater when he figured out how to do it on a vert ramp when he was like skating tournaments as a kid. Yeah, because the old guys couldn't do it and he could. So they were like, oh, that's cheating because that's how he got like air out of the bowls. Yeah.
Oh, so this is, oh, dude, the lore of Tony Hawk. This is amazing.
There's a lot of lore in here. Like every single skater that you pick, their bonus in the game is tied to like what they did in their career. So like Jamie Thomas, you get a bonus for doing the drop-in ramp because he's famous for doing the leap of faith, which is this like huge stair set that he ollied down. And like there's little like people who are skateboarding nerds will see certain things and be like, dude, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's in here. Yeah, yeah.
Well, Nick, thank you so much for showing us. Once again, if you've never seen this game, like I was saying to you before, it's kind of a shame for us to stream it from top down because there's so much verticality in the game. There's so much depth. It's more depth than most games even attempt to do. Your play field in the back is so low, so you could clear that glass.
Yeah, it's low in the front too. So actually, like the metal, supports that normally support the playfield from the bottom are supporting it from the top, just so I could have just that little bit of extra room to get the front down. So I could have the back even further down.
You're trying to use every element of the table, and I now I'm noticing. I appreciate. There's no apron, because you're playing here.
It's supposed to look like a warehouse. It's supposed to look like industrial and like that level in the game. So I could have added like some more stuff here, but once I got this set up, I was like, oh man, it looks it works. So the thing that doesn't work is sometimes the ball hops over it, but hey, it's homebrew. Like, there's balls get stuck on production games, so it doesn't really faze me too much. So
Nick, thank you so much for showing us Tony Hawk Pro Pinball. Yes, let's go. All right, we're gonna come back a little bit with a couple more right here at Expo 2025. PinDevCon Homebrew, y'alls. Nick.
Thank you, man.
All right, we got we got another insane homebrew, which is super cool. We have, what is your name?
I'm Maddie.
We have Maddie. We have
Isaiah.
Isaiah, and we have the owner of the company right over here. I'm gonna switch my shot. Jake, look at this. Look at this, you guys. This is Monster League Hockey. Hello, hello. Monster League Hockey. So, Jake, tell us a little bit about like the development of this game.
Well, the development started when I really wanted to build a party game because it's not so much that I get tired of waiting playing multiplayer on pinball. I just don't like people waiting on me so much, going back and forth. So I wanted something more like Street Fighter, where two players can play at the same time, whether it being competitive or co-op, either way. So the game was going to be NHL, but that didn't work out for me so well, so I decided to go fantasy based. So we came up with Monster League Hockey.
So this is based on which game?
It's not based on anything. It's all from my own creation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying there are similar. I mean, similar in that they're just dual player games, right? You have Joust, you have that Gottlieb game. I forget what it was called. This I found extremely exciting because you guys took the rules, kind of the sleepy rules of those, and turned it into a real battle where the monsters matter. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, my initial idea was just to have it being monsters playing hockey, but then I got the idea of incorporating some of my friends into it. So I got Antoinette, and then I got my friend Nikki Green. She's the girl with the big dragon wings on the side. And then we got Maddie here. So
Maddie does some call-outs in the game, right?
She does some call-outs in the game. Antoinette does a lot of the call-outs. My audio engineer, Glenn Weckner, he did all the audio and all the rest of the call-outs for two more characters.
So this looks very polished. Is this going to be available for purchase, or is it still just a homebrew?
Keep getting asked that every 5 minutes.
It just looks too good, man.
We decided to start an interested list. If we can build that list up to at least 100 people, then we'll consider it for production with an established company. I'm not going to produce them myself. Even though this was my idea, this was really a collaborative effort with my team. All in total, there's about 12 people involved. We got Joe Farnsworth, Glenn Weckner, Eric Klotz, and Austin Kerrigan all in Nashville. We got Lonnie Mihin in Tampa. We got Maddie and her dad in Austin, Texas. The artist is actually Brad Albright.
Brad is amazing. The art on this is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Brad came up with a lot of his own ideas. I gave him a lot of free range. I gave him my ideas and then I said, run with it. So one of the great things he did I loved was that he's got a Kraken busting up through the ice as a goalie.
A Kraken.
Yeah, I like that. And then everybody had their own ideas and just kept making it better and better.
Isn't that wonderful to have, you start the party and say, all right, what do you guys got?
I actually have Antoinette to thank for a lot of things, such as I didn't want to be on the game, but she kind of insisted. And I said, no, it's not my thing. But then she said, Jesse, who's my little dog, can be in with me. And I was like, I can't believe I didn't think about that. But I was like, yes, absolutely, of course. So they got me as the referee. Jesse is a linesman biting one of the monsters. And then I decided, well, it's hockey. I got to have one referee and two linesmen, so I needed one more linesman. That's when it hit me. We used Barlow, which is Christopher Frenchie's little dog, which is right there.
So you mentioned there's more code to come, including a single-player mode on this?
Absolutely. The single-player aspect is already physically in the game. We just, it's not coded in yet. We got the code at least 90% done. Just a few little things left to go. There's proximity sensors underneath not half the flippers, but literally all of them. That way you can play single player against the computer, but in addition, we'll actually have an attract mode where the game will play itself.
The old Gottlieb game, they had to put wires on the flippers, and it was really flimsy, and they kept breaking.
We actually looked at that and considered it. Actually, I was insisting on it, but the other guys, they said proximity sensors would look better. And then once I discovered that nobody remakes those Alvin G flippers with the wires on them, well, that turned into a nightmare because if one of them broke, there's no replacing it.
There's a whole reason why they don't make those, because they were not that great. Well, anyway, Monster League Hockey. This is really super cool. You can see our two monsters right here going to battle. This is so much fun.
The score is 4-1 right now, and they're in period 3.
This is really fun. Now, the thing is, if you're just watching right now on stream, you're seeing the game happen, and it looks exciting. But once you learn, there's not a lot of rules, but they're very important. There's some stuff player 1 can do in this area that can affect player 2. They both have a goalie. You can. I love the level of this. It's. I would say it's not simple, but it's a great stack of gameplay. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, and there is a little bit more than what you can tell. Like there is a fight mode in it. There is an overtime sudden death mode. If the game ends in a tie, you go to sudden death for up to 1 minute. So there's a little bit more to it. Actually, I'm still kind of learning on it myself.
Yeah. Well, if you're here at Expo, thank you guys. Thank you so much. This is Monster League Hockey here at PinDev Con 2025. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Oh, wait. Who won? You did. No, Isaiah didn't win. No.
She won. Good playing with you.
Thank you guys. That was awesome. be the last one.
Forever?
No, not forever, but
Four.
I'm calling it.
So awesome. I've been watching you. Was there the second right? I had it.
And I put it in that box. When I say he, I mean Coleman. Oh, here it is. But it wasn't handed.
When I was doing Coleman, I was like, I was like, he's gonna see this number and be like, okay, okay.
Now, what's interesting is, I guess I could have put that on that.
Yeah. That's what I was like. That one's like, this one's it's sensitive. Actually, since you're tapping out, I'm gonna take over and turn it this way to do the award. How do I do that?
Actually, I want to carry the rest of the way in because I don't have proper. That's not true. So let's set it down.
Hang on a moment. Beautiful. Yeah, we just set up. Oh, that. I know. I think we're clear. We're not going to hit the top, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. What's up?
Nice finish on the playfield too. Thank you. Yeah, it was all done by individual decals. Section. Yeah, because I don't think limited to 8, they got by 10. They got by 11, so.
I played the beef under this, yeah. You want to fire it up?
Yep.
And then whatever you need to do to, oh wow, cool. All right, we're clear. Scott.
Yes.
Manu.
Pleased to meet you,
Nice to meet you. I guess you hear that all the time.
Yeah.
All right, I'll stop. All right, we're going to be with Scott in just a minute, guys. Wow, guys. All right, we are back once again. Pinball Expo 2025 in the Homebrew section. A special treat right here. If you're a V-pinner, this looks familiar to you because the playfield at least, because this is Cuphead that you can download on VP Universe. Well, Scott here has made it into an actual game, and we're here right now with Mr. Scott Miller here. You're going to be right here. I'm going to hear Scott. Very nice to see you here at Expo. What gave you the inspiration to do Cuphead?
Actually, I always wanted to do a homebrew for a number of years, but I didn't think I was creative enough to come up with a good theme for it. So I'm very active in visual pinball. I've released probably 16 tables and helped write scripts for another dozen or so. And I saw this Cuphead table released in visual pinball, and I thought, wow, this is a great table, but it was super easy because it had these big 3-inch flippers. It was hard to drain on it. So one of the guys that I work with quite a bit, you can get death saves, isn't that cool? Adrian Bordelou, who is just brilliant when it comes to graphic design. I said, have you seen the new Cuphead table? He said, yeah, I have. And I said, what do you think of it? I think it's great. I said, you know what's missing? He said, yeah, 2-inch flippers. So the two of us went through and modded the table to make it more EM-like. So my idea was I wanted a table that you played for about 5 minutes and said, wow, that was a lot of fun, let's do it again. So it's not going to be real deep as far as playing time is concerned. But
you can hold that.
okay.
So,
But I wanted it to be fun nonetheless.
I wanted to get on this one, guys, because this is Cuphead and it looks beautiful. So Scott's gonna hold his own microphone.
No worries.
Okay, so you thought you couldn't do it, and then you looked at this and said, all right, I'm gonna give it a shot?
Yeah, well, I didn't think I could do the graphics and the design work, but once I saw that we had a really nice table that we could modify, we went through and added a 2-ball multi-ball to it, put 2-inch flippers on it, And I did not know Peter Morrison at the time, but I contacted him afterwards and said, hey, we love the table, what you did with it. We made a few changes to it to make it a little more EM-like. And he said, wow, that's wonderful. Can I release it as Cuphead Pro, which is probably the version you may have played on Visual Pinball. So once that was done, I knew that this was going to be a table that would play well because the physics of Visual Pinball, although it's not real pinball, is perfectly very good as far as...
Right.
Hey, Francis.
Hey,
It's perfect as far as the ability to... as far as the ability to mimic the shots and tune things, so I knew it was going to play well in reality.
Okay.
And that got me started with my pre-Whitewood, if you will.
Okay. And so, where did you build this? In your garage?
I built this in my basement, sort of during COVID. It finished up in 2021, and it's coded in Mission Pinball Framework. So the first thing I did is I wanted to make sure that I could get the software running before I spent any time with hardware or spent any money on hardware. And
how was it in working in Mission Pinball Framework and stuff? How was that?
I found it kind of difficult because there's a lot of, I don't know how to describe it, but if you don't do it quite right, one nice save. If you don't do it quite right, it's not going to work because it's very strongly typed. So for me, it was hard. It was easy to get the game running, but it was hard to do some of the fine tuning on it, if that will.
Right. Okay.
But it's such a wonderful user group that.
You know what? I keep hearing that over and over and over again. That everybody in the group is fun and easy, and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at the reels that are in the back glass. Those didn't exist until Anthony Van Wickel, who's here at the show. I met him for the first time. He designed those for me, and he did such a beautiful job because they're cartoony. They don't go step, 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 step. They go roll, stop, roll, stop. Yeah.
I'll see it. Like it spells soul. I know a little bit about this game. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, they do. They go chunk.
Yeah, they kind of chunk along. So it adds to the cartoony effect to it. The game started out as an Allied Leisure Thunderbolt that I picked up for about $150.
Oh, okay.
And then I went on and reused any of the parts in it that I could and sold off the rest on eBay so that no Allied Leisure suffered from it. That just helped their machines get rehabbed again.
Excellent.
And it was very economically worked out quite well economically.
Nice.
Then once the Whitewood was done, I had my friend Ben Heck stop by.
My friend Ben Heck.
Ben Heck, yeah.
Are you friends with Ben Heck?
Yeah, I am. And he critiqued it for me, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So he said, well, it's a bad idea to have a direct shot on a pop bumper from the flippers. So I created this little, king dice protects the devil, right?
Yeah,
so he blocks you from being able to get the devil.
That's not in the V-Pin.
That's not in the V-Pin, right. Yeah, there's a number of things that aren't in the V-Pin that are in this. There are some things in Visual Pin, like the V-Pin will kick this all the way up here, or kick this. You try to do that with a table that actually kicks upward and outward, you'll break the glass. So I changed it so it raked the sides of the drop targets instead.
Oh, okay, so you get a clean
you got a chance at getting a sweep. And then, like I said, the way the multi-ball works is if you can get into that perdition lane 3 times, the third time you get in, it locks you, and then it releases the second ball, which is like Mugman coming to Cuphead's rescue.
Yeah.
But you have to hit the devil bumper. If you don't, the machine dies, the ball drains, and it laughs at you. It's really diabolical, but yeah.
Oh man! And is it me or is the topper interactive with the game?
No, it's purely programmed. It's a holographic fan I picked up on Amazon. It comes with software for being able to turn MP4s into EXEs.
Right.
So that Cuphead that's spinning right now, that was done in Blender. And I rotated it in Blender so that you could see it to the camera view, and that turned that into an MP4, or rotate it, spin it, or flip it one way to the other. So you get a little action. The ones that are animated like that are done by a series of PNGs in Photoshop turned into a movie.
I'll try and get the camera to face that for a second. But so from beginning to end, it took you about what? Say a year? Or?
I think it was between 6 and 9 months. But I'm retired, so I've got a lot of time.
Okay.
But it wasn't easy. There were a lot of problems that I had during it. It was very frustrating at times, and I threatened to my wife that I was going to take it in the backyard, pour kerosene on it, and light it on fire a few times. But
I imagine that happens to a few homebrew.
I think it's probably common to everybody that you run into something that you run into a wall, and And how you recover from those and how you deal, nice save, the way you deal with it is a big determination as to whether or not it works. And you get death saves because it had 3-inch flippers, and so the drain is small, so don't give up on a ball when it drains because you might be able to get it back.
Isaiah, play one more solo.
Yeah. The graphics are all done by hand. They're decals. They're very small decals, like 8.5 or 8 by 11.
Okay.
So it's all pieced together. I did 2 play fields. You'll notice that there's one of them hanging up next to where the machine is at.
Oh, is it?
That I
Okay.
put addressable LEDs behind it. So, and it's driven by a ESP32 in the ball trough area. So all the plastics are done. They were CNC'd, and the graphics are done in clear, inverted, put on the back of it, and then it white on top of that for the occlusion so that it looks like a silk screen.
Scott, how did you feel once you started getting this thing flipping and it was actually reacting? It was no longer a virtual pin, it was an actual pin. How did that feel?
Yeah, it was really cool. Even just setting the blank piece of plywood in as a white wood before, and it's like, wow, this looks like something, yeah.
This looks like something.
Yeah.
Well, this is absolutely beautiful, Scott. Thank you for bringing this by. It really pops. I was setting it up, and I looked at the camera, and it just pops. It looks nice. What do you have any other plans for this, or is this?
This is pretty much done.
Okay.
If I do another homebrew, I think I'm going to do. I'm an EM guy,
Yeah.
so I think I'll take an EM and rewire an EM and program it, via the wiring looms to make it a different game, something different.
That's awesome.
I'm a big fan of Ted Zales, so
Okay, yeah.
So I would probably do like an asymmetrical playfield with maybe a cross playfield launch like 4 million BC and a multi-ball like Capersville and some sort of combination of that. So just sort of thinking through what I might want to do, get away from the computerized side of things and try to do it old school with relays and score motor.
You, my friend, can do it. This is beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing this down and bringing it over here. It's no small task for these guys to bring these machines over. So, Cubhead, man, I'm so happy I got to flip this.
Yeah, thank you.
Isaiah knows I wasn't flipping anything, and I was like, I got to get it on this one. So thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good job. I think, everybody, that's going to be it. Any free shipping codes this week? I don't know about shipping codes. I think that's going to be it, you guys. I don't want to be premature about this, but I think we're going to shut it down for today. We're going to come back and bring you a few more tomorrow. Make sure you're following Marco Pinball. Actually, no, maybe Emoto has some stuff. All right, but I'm going to say this anyway. I'm not going to shut the stream down until my boss, Emoto, tells me to. But make sure you're following Marco Pinball. Make sure you're following Mystery Pinball Theater. That would be nice. Thanks, guys. And tune in tomorrow, but we're going to just go away for a second. I'm going to go away for a second and find out what's going on. So, be right back. All right, friends. So we are officially done with the homebrew section today. Tomorrow, starting at 11, what time zone are we in? Chicago time, which is Central. Yes. No. It's Pacific, Mountain, Central, Eastern. Central time. 11 Central. Thank you. Oh, Marty, what's up? CST, yeah. Tomorrow at 11 CST, we're going to try and do maybe like 6 more, including Mad Max, which everybody wants to see. And I'm going to keep the stream running because Emoto is going to come on later and I guess showcase some awards of something happening. But just so you know, we're done with the homebrews today. We had an amazing time. I had an amazing time. I was so happy to see Cuphead. I was so happy to see Tony Hawk. So amazed to see House of Blood and Flesh or whatever. These guys are friggin' sick and awesome and really inspiring. Thank you guys. This is the Pinball Expo 2025, PinDevCon. Also, thank you, Aaron and Fast Pinball, for being just amazing. You see Aaron right back there. Wait, no. Okay, Aaron is blocked now. Anyway. All right, you guys. See you later. You get to listen to looping music. Bye.
What's up, y'all? Can you hear me? Oh no, I need Coleman's password. Pinball is cool. Hey, Coleman. Coleman, can you put in your password so I can download the Camo app, please? Camo. So this is gonna allow me to live stream a camera feed from my phone, so I can stand over there for the awards.
I can just set it up as a virtual camera.
Oh, do you have it set up already too?
No, I mean just
Oh, okay.
okay, well, hold on.
We can do either. All right, y'all. In about 20 minutes. In about 15 minutes, we're going to be doing the Homebrew Industry Awards. Geez, Larry DeMar, Eugene Jarvis, a whole bunch of other OGs from the Williams era, all spent so much time yesterday and today playing every single game, talking to as many makers as they could, and they're going to be giving out awards to everyone for bringing their games out here. So it's super exciting. We got some big trophies that I'll show you in a second once Coleman gets that live feed up. But wow, this is cool. All the different awards say different things. So there's the top ones like Best of Show. You got it? What? I want to skip. Okay, let's see.
Here. It's MSI. Pinball Marco. All right, we're trying to get connected here. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I got it.